Today we're really excited. We are launching the first of our cultural and heritage sector capability fund that we have received from the Ministry of Cultural and Heritage that allow us to bring a project team to this work for the next 15 months. So as I said earlier, I'm Tara Fagan, I'm the chair of Te Tiaki Taonga, but today is really about launching our project team before we launch into the overview of the New Zealand education system. Now, just as we start on our project team, I would really like to acknowledge the support of Te Papa, Tongarewa, and supporting the project and the funding bid for Te Tiaki Taonga. Without their support, we wouldn't have been able to put the funding bid in. And as we start out, Te Papa is very much behind this project. Not only are they supporting us in terms of the fact that our association currently has no legal status, they helped us be able to put the bid in. They're also providing us the systems and infrastructure that we need to be able to run this project. So huge acknowledgements to them. And huge acknowledgements to the Ministry of Cultural and Heritage for their capability fund. The fund was set up and awarded to a number of cultural and heritage sector initiatives, but with the focus on providing support to the cultural and heritage sector and being more responsive and adaptive to COVID-19. And when we applied for this fund, we had the first lockdown behind us, hoping that that would be the case. And of course, since then, we've gone more recently through. It is lovely to see so many of you here with us today. Thank you very much for joining us. We are, as I said, very excited to kick off and launch with our project team. So I'm actually going to hand over straight to our project team to do some introductions. I'm just going to move quickly through to the screen so you can see that we have Monica Kern, Helen Lloyd and Mel Thompson working with us on the project team. And I'm going to hand over to the three of them to introduce themselves. And then Monica's going to describe more about the initiatives that we have happening over this time. So Monica, I'm going to ask you to start with your introductions. Helen, if you're with us today, you might like to introduce yourself, and then we'll finish with Mel before handing back to Monica, who'll give an overview of the project. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Kia ora.
Kia ora, ngā mihi nui kia Tara, and thank you very much for the introductions. Nau mai haere mai ki tēnei Zoe, ko Monica Kern toko ingoa, he orea hau New Tiamani, engari e rua te kaumawha ngā taua hau I noho ki Aotearoa. Ko roa te wā, a hau I mahi kaiko ana te ahua nei mai I te wā o te mokunui. Kei te Papa Tongarewa hau I mahi ana nā reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome everybody to the first of our webinars here. Thank you so much for your introductions, Tara. Some of you will know me. My name is Monica. I descend from Germany. I've called New Zealand home for the last 24 years. And I've around the block a few times. I've been teaching for a very long time. My students truly believe I've been teaching since before the dinosaurs. It's a real privilege to be appointed in this role now. So those of you that have known me from the Waitangi Treaty Grounds, I have taken leave to take up the role here with Te Papa Tongarewa, and I'm very excited about it. Now, I can't remember who the next one was on the slide. I'm sure it was Helen. Just wondering, I can't see Helen on the screen. If you want to take over from there.
There you go. Kia ora. Kia ora koutou, no ingarangi ahau, I whānau mai au I Norfolk. Engari kei te awa kairangi ahau I noho ana nai nei. Nō reira me mihi ahau ki ngā wahi tapu I te mana o Te Atiawa. Ko Helen Lloyd toku ingoa. Kia ora everybody. Lots of people already know me, so that's really nice to see lots of familiar faces. I'm joining you today with my whānau here from Experience Wellington, based at Capital E today, but I've been working at City Gallery with Claire, who you can see in the background, as a gallery educator for the last 5 or 6 years, and I'm really excited to join this team to work on this project. I can't wait to work with you guys and for you guys to uplift the mana of our mahi and to manaaki to everybody. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Tēnā koutou, my name is Mel. I haven't yet prepared my mihi, so next time, I promise. I have a science background. I've got a degree in molecular biotech, and that kind of kicked off an interest in science education and science communication, which I've done with science advising on a kids' TV show about science, and also outreach and harm minimisation with Know Your Stuff NZ. Most recently, I've come to Te Papa and to the team from MBIE, where I was the coordinator for the Endeavour Fund, so big chunk of science funding that some of you may be familiar with. You probably heard from me already. I'm the one that you'll come to first if you need any questions or any support or have any input or have any ideas. We're here to listen to you and what you need, so any ideas for what we can offer you, do let me know. Yeah, thrilled that we're kicking off. I'll pass it back to Monica, I believe, who's going to run us through the project.
Kia ora, thank you. I'm really excited to be involved in this mahi. And basically, Helen already said what we want to do. We want to help the sector as a whole to lift the mana of the work we're doing and to manaki each and all of you, to support you with the interests and needs that you have got in your individual work. So as part of this, you can see we've got the webinar series, which we are starting off today, which will be will be designed around the needs that you have identified and other interesting topics that we feel will benefit us as a profession. We've been quite busy working behind the scenes on an online course, which we will launch by January, and that will give you the opportunity to work at your own pace with support on aspects that are relevant to our practice. We are looking at face-to-face regional hui, and we're hoping that our alert levels will come down so that we can put a bit more flesh on the bones of what we've got in mind for that right now. So watch this space, and we are also working on a mentorship program, which will be supporting each other, where educators will be supporting each other in their practice. Now, this whole project is of a limited time period. We're working on this until the end of 2022, but we certainly have all intention to put it in place in a way that it can be continued. All the resources we're creating will be Creative Commons, will continue to be available, and the systems we're setting in place will then be continued to be used by the committee and any other people as we all see fit as a profession. If you've got any questions, if you've got any suggestions, please feel free to go back to Mel or any of us, but probably initially Mel in the first place. We really look forward to working with you. And I pass back to Tara.
Kia ora, thanks for the project team for introducing themselves. We're really excited by the opportunity that's ahead of us for the next 15 months, and really encourage all of you to make the most of the opportunities ahead that the team will be working with you off. Our association will still be here. We'll be in the background a lot during this time, continuing on with some of the initiatives that we have started, such as support for teacher registration, looking at the LEOTC funding model and trying to work with the Ministry of Education on improvements around that, and any other things that come up. But Monica, Helen and Mel will be the face of Te Tiaki Taonga in terms of this project. And as I said, we're very excited about what they will bring.